Hello, Vicky, Retro Queen Bee Art here. Let's be busy in art. Sometimes I look up at the screen because there's like something that comes on that I need to look at. The cameras today are like, I don't know, giving me a problem again. So it took me a little longer to kind of figure out what's going on with them. I still don't even know. Oh well, that's the life of being a one-woman show. However, just because I'm older does not mean that you should not start a YouTube channel, even if you do not know even how to make a video. And you have to learn how to make a video, or you have to learn how to do tech. It's all, we can all do it. It doesn't matter what age you are. And me, I shouldn't complain about my age because actually I feel pretty good. My mental state is really good. My body's feeling better. I've been on a diet and I'm losing some weight. And so I think as I get back to my original weight before I got sick, I know what it's like to be sick, that I'll feel even better about myself. And so anyway, that's me. I am going to put on my comment section. Forgot to do that. Here it is. Oh, hi, Debbie Sue. Hi, Jersey. Glad to see you here. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. I'm assuming my mic is doing well. Let's see. I don't want to do any pause. Here's my mic. Test, test, test. Yeah, it looks like it's doing pretty good. Well, we have a great show today. It is going to be a great show. We're going to do cherry blossoms. I know it's not springtime. However, how I'm getting all these flower ideas to create into art with a tea bag petal, it came from my audience. And they gave me a list and I wrote everything down. So after we finish the apple, well, we finish the apple, the cherry, and the plum, and then we make our collage with those flowers. I might include some of the other flowers just to give it a different pop. I think we might do that. But then after that, I have peonies. Now, peonies are going to be really difficult to figure out how to do a tea bag petal. So oh, I love cherry blossoms too. They're so pretty. Anyway, I'm going to try. We'll see how it works out. And then we have iris and sunflowers. So before long, we'll be done with the flowers, but we got a little ways to go. So that's how the flowers came to be from my audience. And I need to put on my lipstick, cherry blossom lipstick. I thought, well, I'm going to just do it on camera. And I did order the fingernail polish to go with it. And I ordered a top coat that dries quickly because I don't know. I haven't done fingernail polish for a long time. And I have asthma, so I can't go in the salons. Anyway, I've got the cherries and the snow. That's what we're going to do today, cherries. I've got my computer glasses on. I can see better with them. I think you can tell a big difference wearing the lipstick when you're speaking to the audience. Let's see, what do I want to do? Any new stuff that's been happening in my life? Not really. I did have it took me a while. Actually, I had trouble getting the cherry blossom just right. And so the template for it, which I can show you here, because I got my templates on here. So the template for it, this, you can copy it and put it in your computer off my community page. And so you see up here, I couldn't get those into any program. So they're drawn by hand, measured by hand. And all this is done in Canva. These sections here go in the middle. So this one is for the bigger one, this one's for the middle one, and this one's for this one. And I just added a bud because I'm going to probably use some buds in the collage and add to the tea bag flowers. Now, a cherry blossom, the edging comes different ways. So I'm going to do a round edge, and the reason why is because our apple blossom had the V-cut in the top. And because I'm going to do this collage with this woman and her hair and dress all in these flowers, I need to have some contrasting leaves. So what I did is for the apple blossom, I'm going to paint it more of a tan and a brown. And then the cherry blossom, I'm going to do the white and some pink in it. Sort of like this. See, it has pink on the tip here, pink in the center. As similar as I can. I mean, it won't be exactly, but similar. So that's my plan. I know this small one works well, so I'm sure that these two will work well. I haven't gotten an opportunity time-wise to cut these out, so we'll do that on the art table, and we'll figure out if we have to make any changes in this. If we do, well, you know, I can make changes and reissue a new template. No biggie, no biggie. All right. Now I'm going to show you what a cherry blossom tree looks like. I think it's this one. Okay. So here's some leaves, which I may have to include in some of the, but I'll do some tea bag leaves. I've done that before. And I may have to do that and include some of those in the hair of this lady that we're going to do a collage with. But see these leaves right now, cherry blossoms come in different forms. I guess it's from the types of cherry blossom, but these ones here are pretty well just rounded. So, and see there? So I just thought, well, I'm just going to make round tops, and that'll contrast the V. Now these are a little more pinker in here. It's cherry season now, and here in Washington State, where I live on the western side, but the eastern side is about an hour and a half away from where I live. And they're the wonderful cherries that you can purchase over there, fresh off the trees. This cherry blossom here even looks a little bit darker. So and notice the leaves, all leaves on flowers. See how different they are? I mean, just kind of look at them and you can see how different they are in shape. And even when the petals come out, they look different. I know, they're so beautiful. It's such a beautiful tree. So I had time to do some scenes here. And I think instead of doing the jokes this time around, which I do like to take a break, but we might take a break and look at these again. I did some affirmations on about overthinking. Overthinking is a big problem for me, because I like to be perfect, which is a really big problem. Because if you can't do it perfectly, it's like then I'll procrastinate. And then I won't do it at all sometimes because I'll think, I can't do it perfect, right? So in art, I really had to learn that you don't have to be perfect, everything's fixable. And the outcome from artist to artist to artist is different. And so it really helps me to just go with the flow more. But I saw this program and it was an elderly gentleman. I don't know his name, but what I can do is I can put it an at and his name in my description at the end when I'll add it at the end of the live, and then I can you can go to his channel and see what he talked about, overthinking. And I think perfectionism and overthinking goes hand in hand. And so it was a very, there's like, what he does is he just basically stops thinking. And I'm like, how do you do that? Stop thinking. My mind is constantly going, like, that Energizer bunny, just constant. It takes me a while to get it settled just to go to sleep at night. So I thought, well, he was so good. So he just said, to kind of meditate, slow your mind down. Don't think of what you have to do. It has to be perfect. Just put that aside and go with the process. So perfection can be a goal versus a process. So that's why that was really helpful to me, because art is a process and I don't need to even think about perfection. Just think about the process. So that was really, really helpful for me this week. I will put on my, where are they? Right here. These are really funny. Some people meditate. I deeply contemplate the angle of a teabag petal, which the contemplation and the process that this teabag petal is going to, how it's going to work, doesn't really, it's not perfectionism. It's a process to get there. And so that's, I love that saying. This one says deep thoughts, shallow teacups, and a whole lot of glue. Of course. So we're thinking deep thoughts about those, our tea and our glue. My brain, world peace can wait. I just decided if this petal needs more distress ink or painting or that kind of thing. I don't know if you, I think maybe Jersey knows about distress ink. Probably not. I don't know, Debbie, if you do or not. But I'll show you in just a minute what it is. Who needs a therapist when you can solve life's mysterious mysteries while folding teabag petals? So, right. Isn't it calming? Art just kind of calms you when you do it. So who needs a therapist? And I don't overthink. I just strategically philosophize about teabag flowers. Oh, so it's a process. And that just really calmed my nerves. I don't know why it does, but it does. All right. Let's go back to, let's see, where's me? Me. Is this me? This is me. Me. There I am. Oh, my apron's a little bit crooked. Well, anyway, that's the little show that I put together for us using scenes. And let me show you. I keep all my, there's different kind. Let's see. Okay, those are my archival inks. I keep them in front of me because I never know. There's, okay. So Tim Holtz is famous in the paper world. And he has, this is the ink I was talking, oh, you can't see it. It's upside down. Oh, I could do it on my table, art table. But these are the ink pads. And it took me a little while to collect them. They aren't too expensive, like maybe $6 an ink pad. But, you know, for all the colors you want. So I just gradually bought, you know, one or two a month and just kind of added to my collection because I use these a lot in doing my collage and inking up edges, like for pockets in my journal and stuff like that. So I'm going to put on, there's enough looking at me, it's time to do the art table. And I hope it's clear. I've been kind of messing with it a little bit. It's still, today for some reason it has a lag. And I guess this is kind of crooked. So this is a little crooked. Oh, brother. I'm not sure why it's so dang sensitive today. Sorry about that, guys. Now see, I moved it around. And hopefully I can... Gosh, look how sensitive it is. It just switches off like that. I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to ask some of my eCam people to see why it's doing that. Okay, I use eCam for my streaming software. Now I gotta look for my, oh, I put it up. And I am going to have to rotate this around. Okay, where are you? Where are you rotating? You're not that way. This way. I just move, I just touch it, and it's like, okay. Why are you so sensitive today, camera? I was told you were the best camera possible to buy. You know, these cameras can be very expensive. And this one I got like for $125, which is still expensive. But it's not, you know, it's not top of the line, but I don't know why it's being so silly. Stop being silly, camera. These people don't want to watch me. They don't want to watch me figure out how to make you work. I think I got it. Finally. See how you have to mess with it? But maybe there's something in the program. It does have a delay today, and I just don't know why. It had a delay the other day as well. Okay, these are the Distress Oxide and inks. And to learn how to use these, Tim Holtz has a lot of various programs. And on the internet to show you how, because the ink is different than the oxide and then the permanent ink. Those are three things that I've had to use and learn about. Let's see. I'm getting my journal. And you might hear dogs once in a while barking away. I've got a really fat journal. Let me think. So this is all made out of tea bags. It's a pocket. And then what I did is I added, I think this is the one I added my special note to. Oh no, not yet. No, not this one. I know I did. Hopefully I can find it someday. But I wanted to show you where I might have used that distress ink. I probably did it around my ballerina and around there. I did it around this card and here. Oh, this is for my memory of my son Zach, who passed away a couple months ago. It's hard losing a child. So I think on my Chicken Little, I used the ink all around these cards, very faintly. This is my Chicken Little. I put a butterfly there. My kit. This all comes in my kit. This is a tea bag here that I attached that says calm. And then these little cards come in the kit. It says, gobble, the king must know. And then I always attach brown paper bag. Anyway, this is my journal that I put my emotions, my thoughts. I can't remember which one did I did one of these on grief. And because I just lost my son but now I don't know where it is. This is Hobbitville that we did. I have a kit on Ko-fi for that as well. And then we named all the animals. So I put all the animal names here. That was from my audience. So I wouldn't forget. They're all in the corner. Yeah, so, we do fun things on this channel. So this is, the thing about this journal, though, that's really bugging me is I have too many signatures in it. I made it, but I have too many signatures in it. So you live and learn, right? I don't buy my journals. I know there are people that make them, but I just make my own journals. Now this is tea bag, and I got some dried flowers, and that's in I want to use a laminator with flowers. Now these are from my backyard. And around here, now that's a dragonfly, but all around here I use the oxide to make, and then you rub it around, see how the black edging you get around. I did use that ink and the ink on this one as well. And you can see this page is this is called the belly band, and then this page is just paper sack. So everything kind of has, its own little thing. This, I made a little pocket here. You can hide your thoughts in there. Nobody will know except you, right? So I have created a lot in here, but I think that's probably the best example right now. These are a bunch of tea bags. I just made I love making these floppy things. I should keep in here. These floppy, I just staple them on and create them with material. But this is a tea bag, and I think, no, it doesn't come out. That I made, well, it might come out because it seems like I made that into a pocket. Yes, it does come out. And I just stuck a little piece of paper in there, and I wrote on the back of it, love. I must have been in a loving mood, although I am a mushy type person. Anyway, I know that Sue has not, or Debbie Sue has not seen it. Okay, so I'm going to put it away. And I got to see who's in stream, who's in the comment section. It's so easy to lose your way in the comments. Hi, Mama Juju. I know, we had so much fun making that, didn't we? I know. But I know that Debbie Sue is new to the community of junk journaling, so I wanted to show her my junk journal so she could kind of like see an idea anyway. What are you up to, Mama Juju? You love the fat, chunky monkey. That's funny. I love the fat, chunky monkey. Coarse snout, see? All right. Okay. So we have 4 people in here. 1, 2, 3. I don't know where the 4th person is. We must have one that's behind the comments. Oh, you just got up from work, probably. I'm suspecting that's how you, because you must like sleep when you get home from work. So can you see that clearly? This $125 camera. Sometimes I don't know. One of the eCam guys said, well, buy this camera and it'll be all you need, Vicki, and it'll be a good little camera. Oh, okay, all I need. For some reason, it looks a little blurry to me. What about you guys? Does it look blurry to you, or is it just my eyes? I'm going to try not to make it be worrisome, but it looks a little blurry. And I know I have a lag from what I'm doing, but I don't know if that comes from YouTube, the lag. I got to figure that one out. I haven't done it yet. Oh, I don't want to do the small one. Let's do the medium one. And Vicki has not gotten her petals done. So I'm going to trace them. Now you could use tracing paper to do this. You don't need tea bags. And then you could use a heavier stock paper, a cardstock paper, and you could make your flowers that way. This is going to take, because we need 5 of these. So we're going to have to use another, usually I have these, looks like a big balloon, doesn't it? Yeah, I just couldn't get these in my program. So I drew everything by hand and measured, and hopefully these guys will work out. I know the small one worked really well, so I think this one will work too. And if we need to overlap some of the leaves, that'll be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 5. And then you're going to have to watch me fussy cut. So the way you fussy cut is you cutting out a design, and see how I move my fabric around, or the tea bag around. Even when you do paper, you will do it this way. So this is called fussy cutting. And generally I like to do this off camera because it can take a little while to do. And actually it's a little easier for me if I okay, so it looks like I kind of missed it right here. That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, see, that's process. Hey, remember I showed you the tree, the cherry tree. None of the petals were perfect. There were different sizes and little different shapes, and so if you're off a little bit on cutting, I'm going to say, don't worry. It's just the process, Vicky. You're going to put together these 5 beautiful leaves into a beautiful cherry blossom. Now, to fussy cut the center, which I did some of them, I had time to do that, which is, they're right here. Let's see if you can see them. No, not unless I... you see them there? Yeah. So it would be these things here, which is kind of tricky to fussy cut. But it can be done. It can be done. And they're really cute when you put them on the flower petals. So I've done this one. That's a smaller one. Well, what I do when I have, usually if I have a lot of fussy cutting to do, I will turn on a program on YouTube, and I will just listen to it or watch it. Just kind of depends what my interest is in for that period of time. And I just fussy cut while I'm listening to my program. It's kind of hard to do the lives, although I do have to say I do the lives, but if I'm in the background fussy cutting or doing something with my art project that I'm preparing, I just will say, I'm listening, I'm in the background, and once in a while I'll comment. Just take a break from what I'm doing. Because I do like to support people with their live shows. I know, you know, they're longer, especially when you do art. You really can't, I mean, sometimes I can do a quick video. Most of them are about 20 minutes long, but then I speed up the film. I haven't made a video for a while. Then I speed up the film to do that. So, ooh, somebody's getting into the chair in the kitchen. Squeak. So my craft room is in the rec room, which is downstairs. I have a split level home. So the downstairs is always colder than the upstairs because it's cement down here. It's where the base, the base of the home is cement. It's just cement, so it's cooler down here. So sometimes, even in the summer, I have to put a little small heater on down here. Oh, well, where are we? So I'm just using, this is an old book. It's pretty thick, the paper. So I don't have to worry about it ripping on me. Move that here because I'm going to need to glue. So this is called cookie tea bag paper. I think I explained that about the mixture being 1/2 Elmer's glue and water, and it's kind of liquidy. And then you just paint the paint. You just brush the liquid onto your mat, put your tea bag in it. Not quite sure where. Put your tea bag in it. And okay, so we got to get 5 of these. So I think it's easier to do it with this. So we might have to overlap this a little, but I don't mind. Because some of those petals on the tree, they were overlapped in real life. I just need to figure out where I'm going to overlap. See there, it's coming, right? All right. Anyway, I'm checking for the smooth side of the cherry petal. So I can put the glue. You can use any stick glue. I've watched a lot of artists. Some of them use this glue. I don't see any difference. I've tried a lot of glue sticks. And, you know, I don't see a lot of difference in them at all. So I'm just using my eye. Hopefully I'll remember how to do it. Usually I'm pretty good at, I call this section here being intuitive. Just figuring out the process of how these leaves are going to go on this older paper. I love using older paper. I just think it's just pretty cool. I I I have a bunch. See, because I used to do vintage shows. Um, so I have a bunch of old books already. But you know, they're just going to put these books in a field. And so you don't really, want that to happen. So this is the middle one. Oh, yeah. Because I did these, I don't measure. I did these by my eye to make sure that this all fit by my eye. I don't know how I do it. My husband says it's just a special gift I'm born with. I guess, like, if you can sing, it's the same thing. It's a gift that you were born with. And then we're just going to put this in the middle. But you know what? I don't know if it's going to be hard to paint. Well, I don't know. We'll try it. And then I'll try, I just want to, it might be a little harder to paint. Not sure. So there we go. Oh, what's going, oh, hi Esther. So glad to see you here. Welcome, welcome Esther. Let's see, what am I missing? I have to take a break. Are you guys seeing the camera okay? I mean, does it look a little blurry to you, or is it coming out good? A good camera, I guess. What would you say? It is picture clear. It just seems like it's a little blurry to me today. Oh, good. Well, Big Bertha, that is, I really love that journal, what you're working on too. But maybe your next one can be fancy. I ordered some French papers because I don't have any French books. And I wanted, what do you call it? Rag paper. It's a different type of texture of paper. And so I hunted on Etsy for it. And I found someone who just did packets of rag paper from France. It's an older paper. It's really, and I just can't wait to, I've heard about it, but I've never felt it before. Oh, I'm so glad you made it, Esther. That's wonderful. And Juju, that's one. Okay, I will get her to send me. Oh, people are in pain. I'm sorry. Oh, she paints and draws for diversion. Yes, that is a very good emotional mental health thing to do. Painting and crafting are good for making you forget your pain for a little while. Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, the drawing that you sent her, probably through email, Mama Juju, April. April's your real name, but I love the name Juju. All right, I'm going to make one more, the big one. So it looks like my drawings came out pretty good before I start painting. I'm just really excited. That these petals came out the way they're supposed to. Now this tea bag has a little bit of hole there, and I think I'm just going to allow that to happen in the leaf. I think it might look cool. You can see on this tea bag that it's stained. That looks cool too. Let's see, how many can I get on here? Probably, let's see, one, I don't know. They're pretty big. This is going to be a big flower. Oh boy. So, sometimes I just, impromptu start drawing. And then I wonder, oh, I can fit one right here. And then sometimes I'll figure out with the tea bag, the best way to draw these so I get the most out of my tea bag, right? Let's see. I just had to make a whole bunch more of these. Okay, so if we go this way, let's see, this will be one. So you can do it like this if you want. And see, I'm only going to get two that way. So it would be better to do it the way I did it. But this could be a different size tea bag. I don't know. Because they do have a tendency. So I just empty all the leaves out of my Lipton tea bag. And I only need two anyway. So I empty them. Oh, first, this is what I do. I have a new way of drinking tea. With one tea bag, I am not getting enough caffeine in my system at a healthy level that's good for your brain, at least according to science. There's a certain milligram of it. I don't remember the milligram, but I can always look it up if anybody wanted to know, or you could look it up. So my friend, who is also is a nurse, she said, well, Vicki, you're not getting the recommended amount of caffeine for your brain in one tea bag. And I said, well, you're right. You're right. And so what I do now is I take 2 tea bags, because if I double it, then I get enough caffeine that my brain needs to be healthy. If you believe in alternative medicine, that is. If you believe in alternative medicine. So then I put the 2 tea bags in steaming water, and I put on Alexa for 5 minutes. And then when Alexa's done, it says beep, 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 beep as a timer. And then when it's done, I take the 2 tea bags out, and I use a low-fat coconut milk. I need milk in my tea. But I don't rinse the tea bags anymore. I was rinsing the tea bags, the 1 tea bag, because I just keep it in my cup, and then I would just put the coconut milk in there, and so I was rinsing it. But now I'm not rinsing my tea bag, and I'm getting a little better color to it, I think. Not so whitish. But you can see how that glue mixture makes this into a lightweight paper. And so it's a little bit easier to do petals with, keep the shape well. There's 3. And I looked a couple years back, well, maybe 3 years back, and I checked on my fussy cutting. It takes practice to get it like this. I'm going, oh my gosh, I didn't stay in the lines very well. And I fussy cut a lot better now. So it does take some practice. This one I'm not going to put the center in. I'm going to paint it without putting the center in first, which might be a little easier, I think, to paint it. You know, you can make these petals any size of flower you want. You know, if you wanted smaller ones, you could do smaller ones. You could do, I mean, you can, your printer, you know, you can change the size on your printer for everything that you print. Now for me, I just do it by eye when I'm printing and when I'm creating, so I don't know if everybody could do that, but that's what I do. But they have percentages, because I don't know how to make those percentages on your computer. A number, measurement in inches, I don't know. And then I go, oh, it's too complicated for me to do that. So I just look at it and guess with my eye. My eyes are my measurements and my scissors. I don't know if anybody else does that. I do not. Juju, you said, I do not cussy cutting. So you don't cuss while you're cutting, but I tend to do it a lot. Of it, IMAO. I don't know what IMAO means. I know you like the magazine gluing. I've never done the magazine gluing. I don't know why. I've never done it. Okay, Jersey. Well, I keep you in my prayers because I know you need them, dear. Goodbye and have a good night. Actually, we all need prayers. And this little community that I'm developing, I actually keep everyone in prayer because we all need prayer. I don't I don't know if we didn't have it. So my mom and grandma are gone right now. You know, they're passed on, and I know they prayed for me all the time. Um, and so I don't have that anymore. I do have my son. He prays for me all the time. My youngest son. I have two sons. One passed, and the younger one lives on. Hopefully, I can fit that. Oh, brother, Ficcioli. We're gonna do like maybe this. There's something I got stuck in there. Guess it don't matter. It's a piece of tea bag. So that channel, Ink Paper Arts, I think it's Ink Paper Arts. She sells French stuff on her channel. Really pretty stuff. And she's, oh, you're gonna move, you're gonna run? Gotta run and help a friend. Oh, okay, okay. I'll see. I'll probably you're gonna be tuning on later tonight. Juju. Bye. Juju's a nurse that works in I think a rural hospital in Mississippi. She has the wildest accent. A wild accent. Born and raised in Mississippi. All right. So we all have backgrounds, don't we? Esther, I don't know too much about you. Tell us something about you, Esther. Do you work or do you do any? I don't know. I don't know about you, Esther. So I thought I'd take a little break here before. Oh, maybe I should spray my paints. And I'm gonna have to get some more gouache. Mainly pink and white, I think. Gouache paints in white. I just need a white because I'm really going through that one. So in Canva, I decided to make a zine, and I don't know if you guys know what zines are, but they're like, you know, they come out like this, and then you turn them over, and you've got that, and then they fold up, and that's the back. It took me a long time to make this. Anyway, I just wanted to do it. And it is a little book about me. So it says, to live life with me. And this is my dog, Bruno. He's not here today. Maybe next time. He's my puppy. Looks just like that. Although he's going to get all his puppy hair cut off in a couple weeks. Oh, he's like a big teddy bear. He is probably 6 months old. Well, I don't know. Halloween was his birthday. He was born on Halloween. So this is about me. And I thought, well, I can share this. Maybe I'll read like once a week or something. I mean, I don't know. Maybe next time maybe I'll read 1 or 2 pages at a time. Let's see. Hopefully I can read it. I'm bringing it up close to my eyes. Okay, so what I like to do is I create daily. Even if I do have some pain, which I have low back pain and I have really bad back. So I have to rest it and heat it and sometimes get some medicine from the doctor. I've had like where they've taken the nerves on the lower back and they burn the nerves to take away pain. And that worked really good. And it hasn't, so my pain is in a different area of the back now. So anyway, I don't know. It just flares up. One of my doctors says, well, you just have arthritis, Vicky, but oh gosh. So anyway, I will create daily in my art, even if I do have some pain. I will just forget about the pain while I'm doing my art, and I think it really helps my back to keep it in a minimal or no pain at all. I find magic in the mundane, meaning a string becomes a bookmark, a wrinkle becomes a map. So, what I mean by that is I look at my trash, like boxes, um, what else? Potato chip packages, netting that's around my avocados. Those are things that I can use in my art for printing or for adding to my junk journal. Grocery sacks, I keep the brown ones all the time. I've made some homemade cardboard. Not well, I guess it's from a box. So I look at these boxes and I say, "Oh, it's got such nice cardboard." So I'll tear them apart and then I'll wet them with water and then tear the glue apart and then let them dry. So I have a stash of those. So that's kind of what I look at sewing thread even differently because you can put that behind a photo and have it like add like a frame. Gauze that you use for medical supplies, you can use that as well. So that's what I mean. I look at things a lot differently than I did 4 years ago. Honor stories and scraps. I collect buttons and old buttons. We use that in our art all the time. And some half memories and dreams. So old photos are kind of fun of your family. I mean, they're in a box, right? They're in a photo album maybe, but most of ours are probably in a box that our grandmother gave us a long time ago. And so it's fun to put your relatives in your journals. And, they're colorful. They memories. Maybe you've dreamed about your great grandfather and you know that he was a farmer and farmers have a lot of land, a lot of work goes on a farm, and sometimes I dream about that. My my mom and grandmother, of course, my mom knew about the farm. She experienced it when she was very young. My grandmother, they came in to Washington State by, those wagons, covered wagons, those old wagons on a horse from Medford, Oregon, up to the coast here to Tacoma. And she said she slept on the outside a lot when they were coming with the covered wagons. And so it's just, sometimes I dream about those things. And then I see the pictures in my box and I go, oh, I got to put that in my journal today. Might be my art project for the day. Well, let me read one more. And I choose whimsy over worry. Even in trials, I make room for joy, color, and laughter. Even in trials, which I've had a big one, going through grief, losing my oldest son. He was 47 years old, a young man. So he's got his own journal as well. And so I do go into that journal and I color and I laugh about memories of him that we had a fun time with. So anyway, that's enough of me. I know, Debbie Sue. It's just, death comes, and you never know when it's gonna spring. And you always hope that you die before your children, right? But this did not happen. So we did cremate him, and his younger brother has him because the cremation center was closer to him than me. So, so he has his ashes, and then we're going to bury him in Montana on the grave that I have there for me. And I'm going to need a... And so that's where he'll be buried. I'm curious to see. I think it's going to look okay. Yeah. It is with the overlapping. So on the other flowers we did, you know, they didn't overlap. And the chrysanthemum flower is going to be, I'm going to have to think about that one. I'm like, can I do that in a tea bag? I was able to do a yellow rose. Maybe there'll just be a certain folding of the tea bag to get all those curvy leaves in. And the lady who, she was here the other, when was she? She was here, I think, the last show. Don't remember now. And she was saying, are you going to make the chrysanthemums? I go, okay, okay. I will do that. So what I've learned in painting is that you always want to go with your lighter colors first. Oh, there, the dogs are walking to go outside, and they're gonna bark at somebody. Yes. So on the other, the apple blossom that I did last time, I'm changing my direction with the coloring. But I only did the one color. I haven't been back to paint anymore. And it's just because of the collage. I'm thinking... okay, Amber. Amber girl. That's enough, Amber. I don't know why I have so many dogs. I think it's from my stepson. You know, his dog was pregnant 3 times. He kept, and with the same father. And it's like, why didn't you fix her? Why? You know, you can harp all you want, but and then she got pregnant again. I took 2 of those puppies, but she had 5 puppies. The first litter, she had 3 puppies. No, the first litter, she had 2 puppies. And the second litter, she had 5 puppies. And then she had 5 puppies on the third litter. And the third litter, there's one that I just had to give up. Because I end up taking care of them and selling them. It's like, oh my gosh. But I get to keep the money that I sell them for. And they're really cute. The father was a poodle, a miniature poodle. And mother is a Chiweenie, that's their Chihuahua, and Weenie Dachshund, I think. So they turn out to be the cutest dang puppies. And so I kept two. Plus I have a Amber Girl, which is a what is she? She's a I can't think of it. I don't know. Rat Terrier. So she's different than the other dogs, but I mean I've had her for a long time, and she now has a heart failure. She's about, I think she's 12 years old now, so I have to give her pills, and I make her rest. She doesn't run out with the dogs anymore. She wants to, but her little heart can't do it anymore. So and then this last litter, I got to take care of all those guys too and sell them, and I kept one. And the only reason why I kept one is because his name is Bruno, which you met there on my beginning. So I'm just kind of like, this watercolor should kind of blend here. Uh-oh. Is that you? Hey, that's enough. I'm doing a show. Do you know I'm doing a show? No, of course they don't know, right? I think they should. I'm just going to kind of like paint maybe where they overlap a little, because it's kind of, so this one is kind of like that. So it doesn't take long. You can use any kind of paint. You don't have to use this type of paint when you paint. You can use acrylic paint, craft paint, watercolor paint. This is called a gouache paint, which is a form of watercolor, but it's a brighter color. You know, you don't have to use this type. And I kind of want, these are whimsical. So I kind of want to keep the tea bag if I can. But we'll see. Because then I can see the writing underneath the tea bag, which I really like that. Let's see what happens if I add a little more white, but it'll dry lighter than what you see. Just kind of make more streakies here. Let's see, did I miss any? I'm looking at my comments. Yeah, that I can add. So that's what I did here. and I can still see some of the writing on this paper because I kind of want that to see through the blossom. Um, Makes it a whimsical feel. Oh, I have a little rat terrier. Aren't they cute? I rescued them from yeah, I rescued mine. Actually, when I got her, she was a year old, and they had strung her up outside around the neck. So she had all her neck was all bruised and raw. They weren't very nice to her. All they told me is that they couldn't take care of her, but I had no idea that they had done that until I got her home. And she was very kind of frigid. So I took her to puppy training and dog training, and because she was so scared of everything. And so I'm just lining this. I know, some petals have trying to make a little more shape to the petal, maybe. I did take about 6 months of watercolor color at our senior center, which is close to me. It's a really nice senior center. Um, and oh, some of those, there was this man in there. Oh my gosh, could he watercolor paint? And I go, well, how long have you been doing it? He goes, oh, since I was born. I go, oh, that's why. That's why. But I learned a lot sitting. I wanted to sit by him because he knew so much and I could, pick his brain. Mine has a little cleft palate. Her name is Paisley, and she came from a horrible hoarding situation. Oh, she was born outside in the cold and was having to compete with many other rat terriers for food. She was 3 months old when I got her. Oh, sweet. Ah, Esther, you're so wonderful. You have to have a good heart to do that. She's doing great now. That's so good. Oh yeah, Brittany's Spanish. That's what most dog people have, at least two or more dogs. So I only have four. It makes it hard to go anywhere. Spaniel loves her. They play like little mates. Oh, so cute. So Paisley had a huge separation anxiety. Oh, ready to go somewhere at first, but she has to check to see where I'm at all the time. Oh, sweetie. I'm glad. I love it when people help other dogs. Which, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I already put the center in here. So I'm going to try to do it with the center. I think it can be done. I don't know if we have to do too much to the center. We'll see here in a moment. Oh, 9 years you've been volunteer. Oh my. Oh, that's a long time. I know, and then sometimes, you get attached to these dogs. Like the last litter, and she won't have any more puppies, apparently, according to him, because they had to put him to sleep because he got real sick. So I don't know. I hope she doesn't. She's older too. She's like 8 years old. Can't believe she even got pregnant again. For some reason, my stepson doesn't want to didn't get her fixed. We tried to get him to get her fixed. He did the other two dogs on the first litter. He did do that. Got them, because one was a boy, and I said, this boy, if you don't get him fixed, they don't know the difference. He might do something with his mother, and then what are you going to do then? That would be a big mess because, some of those puppies, when they're interbreed, they don't, they have anger issues and don't learn as good. And so he did follow through and get those two fixed, sister and brother. Oh, I know. Oh, isn't that something? I know. I would do that at the rescue center. There was one of the puppies. Oh, he got kind of attached to me too. Not as much as Bruno. I mean, Bruno immediately put his eyes on me and would not stop following me. And it's like, oh, Bruno, what am I going to do with you? I already have 3 dogs. You're going to make number 4 because I can't get rid of you now. Debbie, do you like dogs or cats or... I don't mind cats. They're not my favorite. And I don't like to take care of I'd rather have an animal go potty outside or maybe have a pad that you can easily pick up. I don't like doing kitty litters. Just don't like it. If you used acrylic paint, it would be a lot, kind of a darker look probably of paint. I just wanted to see some of the words or letters from this old paper through the leaf. And I wanted, what else did I want? And that's why I'm using watercolors, because they're a lighter paint. Even this Gouache one that, is a heavier watercolor paint. It's still pretty light. Oh, and I wanted to see some of the tea bag underneath. Even though it's a cherry blossom, but you can draw and you can paint and make a painting of a cherry blossom. But we're doing tea bag. And so I want to be true to having some of the tea bag show through. And hopefully it'll blend with the paint. Boy, this white. Sometimes too, when you use old paper, that paper just soaks in stuff. And you have to use some extra paint. I don't know. It just like eats glue and it eats paint. This old paper. Oh, well, let's see. I've got 3 different acrylics. I could try acrylic. Won't hurt nothing. Just like I can try it. I have, let's see. There's 3 types. There's the I'll just grab this. Like this white is semi-opaque. And then what do they call? And then opaque is the full-blooded semi. You can kind of see through it a little bit. Let me get another reading here. Oh, this one's. Yeah, this one's opaque. Let's see. So it has a little square, opaque. That means it's a paint that covers. Let me get another one. Sometimes they have. Oh, this one I've made a mess out of. Opaque. I do have a okay, so this is semi-opaque. And it'll have a square, and that means it'll see through some. And I forget the name. There's one that you can see through that I completely forgot the name of it. So when you paint, you want to kind of watch that with your opaques, with your acrylic paints, because they come in different philosophy. I don't know the paint. What do you call? Some of it you can see through, some of it not. But I love to paint. It's one of my favorite things to do. So me and painting, it's fun. So I'm gonna kind of like maybe, I think it might be easier to paint when you, and not put these down. Like I was thinking maybe these little white areas on the center of, we could make them, I gotta look at that picture, but it seemed like some of those were pink instead of white. But I have a pen that I can use to do that with. I do like the black because it kind of helps so you see the center. It's an outlining. Let's see. You can do it both ways. It looks like. So when I cut these out, I will fussy cut these flowers out. I can kind of, I have to redo this lady's eyes. Now she came from a jelly print that I did, a transfer. And I know she's a famous movie star, but I'm going to make her where you can't even recognize who she is. Should I show her now? Oh, I guess. You're going to see how I need to make... I need to redo her eyes, so no judgment here. Oh! So I got to get her... Where... So I did her lips, and I really like those lips. But her eyes, I've got to redo. And I want to put eyelashes. So I'm probably going to use some paint to kind of maybe cover some of that. I'm not sure. I did do her eyebrows a little. But then what we're going to do is we're just going to put flowers all over here. And then we're going to put flowers over here for make a dress. This is 8 by 10. It's a gel print. I might even do a little bit for her hair, or I might not, because a lot of that, we're going to put flowers all over the place. So not a lot of it will show. Anyway, this is the collage we'll be making. But I do need to work on her eyes. So this is the bigger one, yeah. Oh my gosh, these fit. I can't believe it. Because I did it all by eye. I'm like, oh my gosh, it worked. Okay. Let's see. So I'm thinking I might add some of the flowers that I made in the previous shows. I was just thinking of using these 3 flowers, but I might mix them up even more because we want her to look really crazy full of flowers. So I fussy cut this particular one out here. Whoops. And I don't even know where this belongs. So if this happens to you, you can add it after you place this onto the flower, the center piece. I think it goes right there, I think. I turn it around. A little easier when you're working with these tiny pieces. See, that's what you do. To use a tweezer. I'm not used to using a tweezer, but I have really learned with these flowers, it's so much better. So as you can see, these flowers are pretty big. So I'm probably just going to add, so what I'm trying to do, like the little one would be cute. Maybe we might add a big one down here. And a middle one. So we might just add 3 and then maybe 2. Then we'll add some more little ones. But then we want to do all. So we're going to do, I don't even know what plum, I'm not sure why I picked plums. I remember looking, they're more, I'm going to make those flowers more purple probably. plum flower. So I'm not going to use my, oh, and then, so then I have this little bud here too that I thought I might be able to stick a bud in there. I don't know if I was thinking not doing it in tea bag, only doing the flowers, this, not that bud. But if it doesn't look good, I won't use it. I'm not sure if it'll look good or not. I'm going to wait to do these here until this is dry because I will really break. And they won't color nicely. Because last time I tried it, even with the fan on, it didn't dry so much. Well, I'm done. Well, I'm sure glad you came in. Good night, Esther. I'm so happy you came in. I think, Esther, I forgot to ask you. I think you're in my intuitive tag making Facebook group. I need to advertise a little more for that. I've got a lot of guides up there to teach you how to do it. Once I get the guides all done, it'll be simple. And then the prompts will, be in the guide if you ever want to. So if you just make one tag a month, that's cool. During your art session. I think it's memory this time, right? Yeah, we could make a tag on memory. I have no idea what I'm going to make. Something. Oh, all right. Well, I guess I'm really happy. It's very difficult to try to figure out a whimsical flower to a real plant flower. That's all I can say. I do hyper focus maybe planning that out. But I'm happy with these cherry blossoms. They look great. I might add some more white. I don't know if I will because I'm going to wait till all this dries because I still want to see some paper through the leaves and tea bag. And I was kind of thinking if I brought the shadow, the light, or just put the light. I always try to think too, what kind of light do I want on these petals with the paint. Thank you, Sue. Thank you for coming. That was great. I really appreciate. I think you're the only one left. Everybody had to go night-night. I think Jersey lives in Houston, Texas, and she's in a special care facility because she has congestive heart failure really bad. And so, but she's pretty faithful. She loves to come in and join me during my art sessions. So I thank you, Debbie Sue. You have a good evening. I don't know what time it is where you're at, but I love art. So when I get this, I'm writing an ebook to go along with the tea bag art that I've been doing. And so this is number 71, I think, number 71 out of 100 that I'm going, so it's 100 ways, yeah, to use tea bags in art. And a lot of the, I just had to create it along the way. But I tell you, I'm a teabag art queen now. After, so I'm writing the ebook because there's just nothing out there about how to use tea bags. A little bit. I mean, a little bit. I mean, but not much. Oh, it's close to 11 p.m. Well, that's cool. So I'm going to stop gabbing and let you be and close off the show. Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun. Loved it. Bye. Bye bye, Debbie. Sending love to you and the universe. Bye bye.